You know that feeling when you're in a situation, maybe with a person, and you just feel scrambled? Like you can't trust your own gut anymore? Well, today we're going to get to the bottom of that. We're going to uncover exactly why dealing with a narcissist can leave you feeling so profoundly confused. So let me just ask you this straight up. Do you ever find yourself second-guessing your own memory? You know, those moments where you were absolutely positive something happened one way, but someone else is so convinced it didn't that you start to think, wait, maybe I am wrong. Yeah, if that last slide hit home, then I'm willing to bet this list will look pretty familiar. Doubting your own feelings, always saying you're sorry, that nagging worry that you're just too sensitive. According to Very Well Mind, these aren't just random insecurities. Oh no, they are the direct symptoms of a very specific, very intentional kind of manipulation. And I really want you to hear this. It is not just in your head. There is a concrete, tangible reason you feel this way. So let's pull back the curtain and uncover exactly why this happens. So, what is the architect behind all this deception? Well, there's a name for it. It's a specific and, frankly, insidious form of psychological manipulation, and it's called gaslighting. So what is gaslighting, really? Psychology today defines it as this persistent campaign of manipulation that makes you doubt yourself. And it's not just doubting yourself on a small thing. It's designed to make you lose your entire sense of perception, your identity, even your self-worth. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't just about telling a lie here and there. It's a full-on campaign to dismantle your reality. This quote from Paramahansa Yogananda just nails it, doesn't it? Some people try to be tall by cutting off the heads of others. That really gets to the core of the motive. It's about elevating themselves by tearing you down. And that's the whole game right there. That's the goal. The entire point of gaslighting is to gain power and control over you. And the fastest way to do that? Make you believe you can't even trust what you see and hear. It puts them in the driver's seat of your own mind. Okay, so you might think all this confusion feels random, like just pure chaos, but it's not. Not at all. In fact, it's often so methodical that experts at psychology today have been able to map out a predictable 7-stage pattern. It's a blueprint. And this is what's so wild. It's like a playbook. First, they lie and exaggerate, creating this negative story about you. Then, and this is key, they just repeat it over and over. If you dare to challenge them with facts, they escalate, they get meaner. And of course, that wears you out. You get tired, you get scared, you start to doubt yourself. That's when you start to rely on them for any crumb of approval. And just when you're about to give up, they throw in a little false hope, a moment of kindness to keep you hooked. And all of that leads to the final stage, total domination and control. All right, so that's the theory. But what does this sound like in real life? What are the actual words they use? Let's dive into the narcissist's playbook, the actual language of control. This right here is the perfect example. It's your reality versus theirs, head to head. You know they raise their voice, but they'll look you dead in the eye and say, "I never yelled." You bring up a totally valid concern, and suddenly you're the one trying to start a fight. It's a complete denial of what you know to be true, designed to make you feel like you're the crazy one. Oh, this one's a classic, right? You're too sensitive. What this does is genius, in a twisted way. It flips the script entirely. Suddenly, the problem isn't their bad behavior. It's your reaction to their bad behavior. It's an absolute masterclass in shifting blame. This is a straight-up attack on your brain's hard drive. I never said that. It is a flat-out denial of something you heard with your own 2 ears. And when you hear that enough times, how could you not start to feel confused? It's designed to make you question your own sanity. Period. And then there's this little gem. It's always my fault, isn't it? The sarcasm is just dripping off that one, right? They're not taking any blame. They are playing the victim to make you feel guilty for even bringing something up. It's a total conversation killer. So here's the thing. We're not talking about a one-off bad comment. This is about a pattern. The sources we're looking at point out that when you start seeing, say, 15 or more of these kinds of toxic behaviors again and again, you're not just dealing with a bad habit. You're dealing with a deeply ingrained, very toxic playbook. Okay, so we've pulled back the curtain on the tactics, we've seen the blueprint. Now for the most important part. What do you do? How do you start finding your way out of this fog and reclaim your own reality? Honestly, the very first step is the biggest. It's just recognizing the tactic for what it is right when it's happening. The moment you can put a name to it, the moment you can say to yourself, oh, this is gaslighting. It's like a spell is broken. Knowledge is absolutely your power here. So, Psychology Today actually lays out a really practical strategy for this. First, like we said, just name it in your own head. This is gaslighting. Then, and this is the hardest part for sure, you have to disengage. Do not get sucked into an argument about what's real. You can't win a game when the other person is making up the rules as they go. Instead, you just calmly state your truth one time. Well, that's not how I remember it. And then you stop. The goal is no longer to win the fight. It's to preserve your own energy and sanity. And this, right here, this needs to become your new internal mantra. We believe us, and that is enough. Your reality doesn't need their stamp of approval to be valid. Your memory doesn't require their signature. The second you truly start believing yourself without needing them to agree, that's the second you start taking all of your power back. So I'm just going to leave you with this final question to think about. If somebody consistently shows you that your reality, your perception, isn't real to them, why on earth should their reality be so real to you?